All right, folks, you've found the Triple Threat Podcast on iTunes, or if you're listening to us on Libsyn, please enjoy this show. I'm William Vaughn, coming to you from Vancouver, BC, and with me, as always, although in a different location, I have young Matt Vaughn. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing well.
And not quite so young Alex Vaughn. How you doing, buddy?
Wow. I was fine.
Until what?
Until you told me until 2 seconds ago, you told me I was old.
I said not quite so young, sir.
Relatively.
Don't mince my words.
All right.
Well, literally, relatively, we are
You're
relatives.
only as old as you feel.
And you feel like 90.
Like 157.
I feel like a 40-year-old's man.
Do you?
Yeah, trapped in a 29-year-old's body. That's how I feel. Actually, wow. I could maybe even 60. These kids won't turn off their darn rap music and their hippity hip hop.
You got to do some DDP yoga, friend of the show.
DDP yoga. He's holding back the hands of time. I got something called oil for the Tin Man. Yeah, I didn't. That's what he called it. You see, you elongate the spine. You hold back the hands of time.
Yeah, what is it about elongating the spine? Is there science behind that, or is it a bunch of boo-hooey, hickey-hoo?
I'm sure it's all good stuff. I mean, stretching the spine out. I'll tell you what. DDP Yoga, friend of the show. I at the beginning of the week was experiencing some lower back pain, as we all do from time to time, especially if you're a 40-year-old man stuck in a 29-year-old's body. And a couple of days of the DDP Yoga, and bang, it was gone, man. I feel like $1,000,000. Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
Well, how to get there in the first place? Is that also because you're using DDP Yoga? Is he in a cycle of injuring you and then rehabilitating you, so you never have to not use his product?
It's a cycle. It's a cycle of dependency.
Yeah,
you'll never need to use another product again.
That's genius.
Yeah, it's smart, man. It's smart. No, I will. You know, you got to be careful working out in whatever form you do. You got to take care of yourself.
Hardly working.
Alex, what's your workout split like these days? You're a fit guy.
Split? Yeah, it's pretty much like the lean gains like we did previously. I haven't really switched it up too much. So like on Tuesday I'll do deadlifts and rows and maybe some push presses. Yeah. Then on Thursday it would be bench and pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, and maybe superset a couple things. And then Saturday squat day.
All right, so you got like a kind of heavy back day, and then a chest back day.
Yeah.
And then a leg and shoulders day.
Try to upper and lower body almost every workout.
Yeah, and arms not as much?
I never work
them?
arms.
Yeah.
Like pull-ups, maybe some triceps pull-downs or whatever, but that's about it.
Oh, Matt fell asleep here. Sorry, folks.
I don't know what that was. Then you get hit by something.
Oh gosh,
is that a shoot, Matt? Did you just really fall asleep there?
I had a horrible nightmare that we talked about fitness for more than 30 seconds.
Oh
yeah.
Well. Sue us, sir.
No comment.
You better lawyer up, pal.
Sorry, boring fitness. How's that? Is that better?
I'd like to.
No, that actually hurts my feelings more than the first thing you said, so it's not better. It's actually worse.
Alex,
I went on the attack.
He takes this personally. I want to address something we were discussing on the previous week's show. We were talking about our old, incredibly old school video games, and we had a keyboard system that I could not remember the name of which I could not remember the name. Is that right? And
you could just rephrase that sentence. If you want
I went to the best research source I could have found, our dear mother, and I asked her very vaguely, like, did we have a keyboard video game system that we just plugged the cartridge into and we played in your bedroom? She's like, I don't know. I think it was a Commodore 64. And I'm like, yeah, it could have been that. And she's like, oh, wait, I think it was Texas Instruments. And the machine was called the Texas Instruments TI-99/4A. Catchy title. Which was essentially a keyboard that you just plugged the cartridge into, and it was for at-home computing. By the way, when this thing came out in 81, it was $525.
What is that in today's dollars? Do you know?
$60 billion.
$1 million. It costs $1 million.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, Matt, you do that.
There must be a website where you can do.
Is it $525?
Yeah, 525.
I make good use of inflation calculator.
By the way, this is way more interesting than talking about workout splits. I will say that.
I realize this might be. Yeah, it might seem that way.
Excuse me, your working out is quite boring to me. Let's calculate the inflation rate.
the
TI-99 inflation rates. That's what I'm talking about.
If it was $525 in 1981, you would spend. It would have the same buying power as $1,374.01 today.
So that's
the
about
same
the price
buying power.
It's like a MacBook, basically.
Yeah, that's like the second model up of a MacBook. If you bought one with some good RAM in it or something.
And I can't remember any of the other games we had for it except for one. And I found the title. It's called Hunt the Wumpus.
I like Stomp the Wampus better.
Stomp the Wampus. Well, it's better, but it doesn't exist. So it's technically not better. So
that's my favorite game.
Chumbawamba, the German pop game.
You hunt the German. They're English, aren't they?
You hunt the Wumpus.
You hunt the Wumpus.
All right, more research.
If anyone wants to find out what Hunt the Wumpus was like, you can actually download the free iPhone game called Wumpus World.
No, I'm doing that as we speak.
Immediately. Yeah, you can play Wumpus World. It was a very simple game where you just kind of explore this maze, and if you get close to the Wumpus, you hear like a smell. You hear a smell? That's right, Will. You hear a smell. It's a very old game. They didn't quite get the sensory information correct.
What are you cooking? It sounds delicious.
I actually
that could actually work.
I actually do that at work when I mix something up. I listen to it just to see if anyone notices me doing it.
So far, 20 times out of 20, no one's noticed. But it's gonna catch on
noticed,
soon.
and maybe they haven't said anything. Maybe like,
no one's actually said anything, but you still do it.
He mixes by sound. Don't interfere. He's a sound mixer. Well, not
Such
that kind of sound mixer. Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
I told you I'm a 40-year-old man for crying out loud. My 50th birthday's coming up soon.
Oh, good.
Well, in 10 years.
That's odd for a 40-year-old man that your 50th birthday.
Well, I meant 40s, like the 1940s. Like we're fighting Hitler again.
The Roaring 40s.
It's almost the Roaring 20s, by the way, guys.
Freaking 40s. Well, I mean, the Roaring 20s are specific to the 1920s. So the 1720s are not the Roaring 20s. So it's not.
Well, we got to bring them back, though, don't you think?
I don't know. I was never there for it, and I really have no idea what to think of it. Wasn't Prohibition there then? So no.
I mean, it was in the States, but not in Canada.
Yeah,
well, this is an international podcast, Matt. So
that's true. A shout out to all our listeners in Hungary, by the way, and out there in Budapest. I know you guys are holding it down.
Holding it down in Budapest.
Out there in the pest.
Well, it's funny though. Speaking of prohibition, or like, there's still dry counties, I guess, down in the States, which I didn't know until I went down there.
Until you accidentally visited one.
Yeah, until I was like, you can't buy booze here, but you can drive a minute down the street and buy booze. I was like, okay.
And then you can take it over the county line.
Eat it at your house. Yeah, I mean, you can drink, like, you're able to consume it in your domicile.
Just not in public
for whatever reason, you can't purchase it or order it at restaurants.
Huh. Well, those poor bartenders there, they're mixing by sound and they can't hear any alcohol. That's too bad.
I just think you would employ a bartender.
Well, someone's got to pour the Cokes. I guess the servers would do that.
Yeah. Don't the servers pour Cokes at restaurants in other places?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do pour Cokes. This is a riveting conversation, folks.
Have a Coke there.
If you didn't fall asleep through the workout or through the inflation or through servers pour Cokes.
Well, it's like DDP yoga. Some are more intense and some are more relaxing. And this is meant to.
This is going to be a Zen podcast.
Very Zen.
Everybody relax, folks. Zen. It's going to be super Zen this week.
That voice doesn't make me want to relax.
I don't know why. It's Dave Mustaine's Zen tape. Everybody just count to 5.
Hold on. Okay, so Chumbawamba, we talked about it. I called Chumbawamba German. So they're English.
They're English.
That person is right.
They're British.
Heck.
Yeah. What years? Okay, what year do you think they started?
I'm going to say
probably 82.
Alex, do you have it in front of you?
No.
Is it 82?
It is 82. Guess when they were active until
2000. Currently? Are they still?
They're not currently.
Oh, man.
Well, they made all the money they need to make off that one song about getting knocked down and then up again.
Yeah, it's still playing.
Tub Thumping.
From 1997.
Yeah. Chumbawamba was still active as of 2012.
Oh,
that's a long time. What is that? Is that
30 years?
30 years.
It's a 30-year run, man.
And they were relevant for one of those years.
That's just goes to show, folks.
1997.
Well, they were an anarchist band, and that song was kind of a, unintentional hit.
Right.
Yeah, essentially.
Kind of an accident. Amnesia as well in early 98. That was actually pretty... I like that song.
Yeah, listen to it again.
I don't know that song.
It's...
Do you remember...
There's like, do you suffer from long-term memory loss? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
You can sing it right now if you need to.
Wasn't that Prozac?
No.
Oh, gosh. Okay, this is... Okay,
Sucks to be you.
Prozac was great.
Prozac was not great.
The band. Whoa.
Pittsburgh is not juicy.
It's
got juice all over it.
It's not... It's not good.
A
lot of late 90s pop. What did we have? We had... Now, this actually ties into the video game conversation we had last time because we would listen to... I remember listening to like Weird Al's Running with Scissors while playing Donkey Kong 64, and we'd listen to...
Which tells us all about what we need to know about Will.
And you guys were all there, too. You guys were accomplices. Accomplices, I say. You were all privy to it.
I wasn't there.
You were there.
I wasn't there.
You were there playing your Tamagotchi. Just chilling. Alex, you had it, right? You had the Tamagotchi?
I did. Yeah, I didn't request it or something, but I did get it for Christmas, and it was gave me, as most things did that day and age, like a couple months worth of
enjoyment,
entertainment.
Yeah,
I remember I'd go to I don't know, we go to say our aunt and uncle's for the day, and then come home and
be dead,
crapped all over the place.
It's a pocket.
All right, man.
Why did you not take it with you? It's a pocket creature.
Because I forgot it. I don't care.
You don't care. Clearly.
The worst part was I leave it in cars for long periods of time.
No.
Not a good thing to do in the summer.
Would it get overheated like a dog in a car or something?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just a big thing on the East Coast nowadays.
Dogs in cars? It's this big thing everywhere.
People busting windows.
Yeah, it's just constant. It's the most annoying thing on earth.
Oh, Alex, that reminds me. Do you have any damage near where you live from the post-tropical storm Arthur?
No, none. There's I think there was a branch down on Victoria Road, which is, not in my immediate vicinity, but 2-minute walk down the road. But other than that, I didn't see, anything other than what you sent.
Which was a tree,
an entire tree,
entrance of my apartment.
Which was funny because we were parked in that exact spot when we were bringing the couch into your new apartment.
That's right.
So,
how heavy was that couch, by the way?
It was not too heavy.
Oh, that one wasn't bad?
No.
That one wasn't bad, no.
So, Matt, you said you sent
I've retired from heavy couches.
Did you send this photograph out?
I think I tweeted it this morning.
There it is. Yeah.
Sorry.
Did he send it to us specifically?
Holy crap, look at that tree.
Yeah,
oh,
so
man.
it cracked right at the right where it meets the ground there, just before.
And that would have gone through a much worse storm. I don't know. Did you lose power or anything, Matt?
I came home at one point on Saturday, and we had no power, and then 20 minutes later it came back on. So we got off very easy.
Yeah, I was in my apartment. It was probably between 11 and 12, and my power went off and on at least, probably no exaggeration, a dozen times.
Wow.
Remember back in the day, too, before we had digital cable? As soon as your power came back on, your cable was already running, so you could watch whatever. Well, nowadays it has to reset 56 times over, and it takes, 5-10 minutes to start back up. The internet comes on, but the cable doesn't for whatever reason.
That's a problem.
It's on right now, folks, and that's all that matters. At MP Vaughn on Twitter, if you want to check out the photograph of the fallen tree and see what Matthew's apartment looks like and see where he lives and go knock on his door and say hi. Apartment, 3A?
212.
Oh, don't. No. All right. That's got to get edited out.
That's going to get edited out.
By 212. Hold on, let me switch that around. 212.
Yeah, back. Yeah, okay, do it backwards. There you go.
That doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah. Matt.
Oh, it reminded me of Hurricane Juan. Do you guys have any...
That Amnesia song's hard to forget. All right, what?
Ironically. Hurricane Juan was in 2003.
Yes.
It hit the East Coast, and that was that year was a twofer. We got hit by Juan in the fall, and then was it White Juan that winter?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I just realized how ironic
2004 winter.
Is.
White Juan. Why is it ironic?
How many white guys do you know named Juan?
A white guy's named Juan.
Specifically Juan.
There's
maybe
not
one or two.
I'll tell you what. In Nova Scotia, there are 0 Juans. I can say that without any hesitation.
Really? You don't think there's one man named Juan in Nova Scotia?
I don't think there's one Juan in Nova Scotia. I'm calling him out. Anybody named Juan
living
in
that
Nova
a World
Scotia?
Cup score? 1-1.
1-1. Yeah. Wow.
Boy.
This is really painful to listen to.
But what else?
Okay,
do you
just turn this off
folks?
And listen to Comedy Bang Bang instead, everybody. All right.
What else do you
See you next
expect
week.
coming from the Triple Trip podcast? It's pain in your ear. That's going on the T-shirt. Yes, Hurricane Juan. I remember it was around the end of September 2003. I remember that it did a number, man, on the East Coast. And,
big deal. Well, Nova Scotia specifically.
Yeah,
we lost power from what was it, Monday until Thursday night?
Yeah, I think so. It was a good 4 or 5 days.
It's a long time.
I was really schmelly.
I took a cold shower. It was not fun.
Yeah, I don't recommend it under any circumstances. I'd rather stink out loud than freeze. But that's just my opinion. I remember that.
Again, your smells and your senses are messed up. Stinking out loud.
Yeah, well,
you're really hitting that one today.
Well, it looks like I sound good. No, I remember that the neighborhood really got had a number done to it, but our yard was fine. We didn't have a single fallen tree.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Even our
house was utterly untouched.
Yeah, our house was untouched. I remember our friend Mike. He had 2 big trees in his backyard go down, and that was a couple days cleanup.
No, so did that include roots?
I can't remember if the roots came out or not. I want to say that's the first time I had seen trees just completely uprooted, bringing up half the yard and thing like that. But I would say his wasn't, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, it's a scary kind of thing when that happens. Now that tree, Matt, that fell, that wasn't uprooted. It just snapped, right?
Yeah, it just snapped.
What's that?
Snap at the thickest point.
Yeah,
right at the base of the trunk. So that's odd, and that would have lived through white wand or both wands, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's just because it caught a lot of wind. I don't know if it was just because it caught a real strong crosswind or what.
Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. This is a weird situation.
I saw a video online this morning. It was somebody posted a video. It was only a few blocks from this apartment where there was a transformer that exploded. And then I was like, oh, wait, when I was walking home last night, I heard an explosion. I wonder if that's what it was.
Probably. How loud? Was it loud?
It was loud enough for me to be like, well, it doesn't make sense for there to be fireworks right now. And then in the end, I was like, yeah, so... Anyway, I guess I don't know if it's typical of life in Canada to just be like, oh, I wonder what that explosion is.
I don't know. You've lived in Canada all your life, so...
It's true.
You should probably know that since that's the first time you've had that thought, it's probably not a...
I've had a lot of questions, so I've heard explosion-y things and wondered what they were.
Okay. Well, maybe it is a thing then. I don't know.
There have been fireworks in this city, in Vancouver, for the last couple nights. I really don't know
really?
why. Yeah, on the 4th of July, they had fireworks at around 10:30. And, shout out
Official fireworks?
Sure. Shout out to everybody down south, our listeners in the United States. I know there's lots of them down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What's up, Okies? They had fireworks on July 4th and 5th. I'm not sure why. But I guess the question shouldn't be why. It should be why not.
Or when.
Or when not.
I am underwhelmed by fireworks almost every time.
Yeah, they do a cool thing in Vancouver called the Symphony of Light. And it used to be Celebration of Light, pardon me. Used to be called the Symphony of Fire, which sounds like a song you'd play in Ocarina of Time. But you go down to the beach and they play. You tune into a radio station. They play like this classical music, and they explode fireworks to it. It's like a choreographed show, fireworks and music. It's really, really cool. Last year, England did one set to James Bond themes,
which sounds like the greatest thing of all time.
It was pretty awesome, man. Like they did all the best Bond themes too. I think they did like Thunderball and Goldfinger and Skyfall, and they did some really cool ones.
Die, would they not?
Oh yes, they did. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight. But
I mean, Paul McCartney has his own fireworks show in concert when he does Live and Let Die.
Yes, he does. And Paul recently got back to doing shows. I think he did a 3-hour show the other night. I was worried for a second, man. He's like 70, 70-ish?
72?
There's no way to find out, so I guess we'll just have to guess.
There's no way to know. No one ever actually knows.
Paul's no spring chicken, but anytime a guy...
I'm 2 for 2, he's 72.
Anytime a guy that old gets sick, it's a little bit worrisome. But he's a clean living guy. I'm sure he's got an army of doctors with syringes full of immortality juice.
Well, pretty healthy.
I do a lot.
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah. Don't ask Ringo, though. Oh, yeah, Paul.
I had fun in the 60s, but now I kind of calmed down.
Oh, a lot.
A lot?
I was a big fan of Chumbawamba back in the day. They're my
I
favorite
get
band.
knocked down, but I get up again.
I was at the last
Never
show.
gonna get me down.
It was really sad.
You get a little Scottish at the end there, Will.
It was really sad. Chumbawamba's last show.
Yeah, can't top that.
Can't top that.
Yeah. And again, going back to our video game conversation last week, there was one game that I forgot that we had on N64. I don't know why I forgot we had this, but Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting game.
Yeah, see, that was a fun game. That was a it was a
That was the first one that kind of introduced different vehicles, did it not?
That's
It
correct.
had
Yeah,
water, and it had flying too, which is crazy.
it had carts, planes, and hovercrafts. And a collection of rare characters. Not that they were uncommon, it's that the company was called Rare, and that's what they named their characters. Including a Conker who was still the happy-go-lucky smiling squirrel prior to being...
Conker's Bad Adventures? Or
what
was it called?
Bad Fur Day. The
Bad Fur Day, right.
The M-rated bomb that Rare dropped in like 99 or 2000.
Dropping bombs, baby.
And I believe Rare is out of business right now, which is too bad. I know you can get
really?
You can get Banjo-Kazooie, and I think Banjo-Tooie on Xbox Arcade because Rare only developed for Xbox now because they made Perfect Dark Zero on Xbox 360.
They did an
But
HD
they're out of
version of
business?
Perfect Dark too.
Did they? Did
Yeah,
an
they
HD remake?
Yeah, they totally did.
See,
Which sounds awesome, but that's the problem. You pick a console, and you have to kind of live with what you don't get. You and Will and I being PS3ers.
PS3ers.
Your Wii U. Or...
Yeah. I'm a Nintendo Sony guy. I've never picked up a Microsoft console before. I enjoy it; it's fine, but it's just it doesn't have anything that I would rather have over the Sony systems.
With the exception of the Rare games, right?
Yeah, we'll say but that's one company, and that's old games that I played back in the day. Actually, they did make a new Banjo-Kazooie also. It's like something where you like make it has a mechanic aspect to it. I can't remember.
Banjo-Kazooie 3?
I don't. Yeah, Banjo-Kazoo third. Banjo-Kazoo third. Not even trying anymore.
No,
Maddie, you embarked upon an adventure recently, and I didn't even mention this because we always in the introduction. I guess we're gonna have to record the show again and do the introduction again.
All right, here we go.
All right.
3,
So,
2.
Hey, Matt, you are no longer in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. So now we no longer have the 3 tent poles across the country. We now have one out here in Vancouver, BC, and we have 2 out there in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
It's much more like a clothesline now.
There you go. It's a clothesline from hell.
Clothesline-esque. Yeah, it was funny because I was listening to the last podcast, and it was the one where Alex said, oh, Matt, you're in Saskatoon. And I said, no, I'm nowhere. And at that moment, as I was listening to it, I was driving out of Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario.
so you were somewhere. And
I was somewhere. I mean, it's kind of nowhere, though. It was in Amish country, actually. There were signs for, like, hey, be careful for people and buggies. And
Is there Amish country out there?
Yeah, and I actually saw a woman in horse and buggy. And my wife was like, and I was gawking at them. And she was like, stop being so obvious. Because the most obvious, like, mouth open, staring as they pass kind of thing.
Just like
couldn't help it. I was
agape, like not subtle at all.
Yeah, I was.
You look
I was
like that
seeing an
guy.
alien.
You look like that guy at the Patriots
opposite.
game.
Which guy?
Your doppelganger from earlier this season.
Oh my god, that guy looks exactly like you.
I saw that the other
Incredible.
day, and I was taken by that again.
That's
yeah, I
gonna
drove
have
from.
to get retweeted.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna retweet that.
Please do.
I'm gonna
I drove
retweet
from
that right now.
Saskatoon to Halifax in over 5 days.
I can't
Last
retweet
week.
myself, can I?
No, we could.
That's so
retweet it.
sad.
Well, not
Story of my life, you guys.
really. Story of his life. Can't retweet,
Can't
repeat,
retweet myself.
recycle. So, Maddie, 5 days. What was the journey? Where'd you hit in the first day?
So we get to Winnipeg the first day.
Winnipeg.
Yeah, I got to Winnipeg.
Good town.
And we listened to the audiobook for Mockingjay, the last book of the Hunger Games series on the way. And that lasted us, I think, 3 days because we got to Winnipeg the first day, then Thunder Bay the next, and then Sault Ste. Marie after that. And I think that by the time we got to Sault Ste. Marie, we were just about done. Mm-hmm. We had finished it there.
It's a dangerous thing to listen to in a car, I think, a book on tape. Because what if there was like a huge twist or a swerve or something? You know.
Or you don't have a cassette player. That makes it harder.
Book, because literally a book on tape.
Like on Scotch tape.
Generally, I mean, my experience with books on tape so far are that they are very, like, they're pretty calm. Like, even the most stunning thing, they modulate their speech pretty well.
Who's reading this one?
Some lady who wasn't the author.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some lady wasn't the author. And so we did that one, and then we listened to Bossy Pants by Tina Fey, as read by Tina Fey.
Oh, I heard that's a great audiobook.
It's really, really good. Really, really good. And then we started, and we did not finish, so I guess we're going to have to carve out 12 more hours to listen to Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, which is going to be a David Fincher movie with Ben Affleck in the fall, I do believe.
So the new poster for that recently.
So it's been filmed then, I guess.
Yeah, I saw the trailer
okay.
a few weeks ago.
And so, Matt, those Hunger Games books, those became movies, right?
Those became movies, yes. The first one was all right, and the second movie was really good. I liked it. I liked it a lot more, at least. And the third and fourth movies are going to be. I have a really hard time imagining.
Can we just stop that practice, please?
Yeah, it's the worst
of breaking up trilogies into quadrilogies just for no reason.
No, they won't, because they always make money.
Yeah.
This Mockingjay book is bad, and especially in the first half. So it's going to be. I don't know, a total slog. I hope that the screenwriter does a pretty good job with it. Actually, I found out. Do you know who the screenwriter for the Hunger Games these last two books are? I doubt you do. But anyway, do you remember in Mad Men when they had that really short guy who was a copywriter in the office there? The really short guy.
No, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway,
did he write something else?
He's a screenwriter. He also did The Butler and another one I can't remember.
But I thought he won an award.
Possibly.
Recently.
And The Butler was nominated for awards.
He's kind of geeky looking.
Yeah, he's also like 4'0".
Okay, well.
Or 3'12". I don't know.
I swear this guy won something for something.
Yeah,
that does not shock me.
To the internet.
Because it's kind of like when the guy who wrote Little Miss Sunshine, and then he finished that and he won the Oscar for it, and then his next thing was like Toy Story 3. So they seem to pick up big things. Danny Strong, yeah, I know.
Danny Strong, you're right.
Isn't the Toy Story 3 guy writing the new Star Wars, or he was at one point?
Michael Apted. Michael Apted, is that his name?
So he's on one of them. You know, because there's like 5 Star Wars movies developed.
Now, like Ryan Johnson's going to be doing the next,
which is
2.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's great, man. Get a hungry young guy doing it.
Yeah, and we've all seen Looper. I want to say.
Yeah, Looper is a great piece of.
I love Looper.
Great piece of original sci-fi. If you haven't checked out the film Looper, Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a young Bruce Willis, and he's
Bruce Willis
awesome.
Plays an old,
and Bruce Willis plays an old. Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, that's the way she goes. So, Matt, aside from what you listened to, how was the ride?
The ride was...
So, technically this year, you've been across the country because you came here and back, and now you've gone back home. So, actually, you've gone like a country and a half, technically.
A country and a half, yeah. It's something I'm proud of. I'm glad that I did it. This trip was obviously longer, and this time I also had a trailer attached to the back of my dinky little car.
The car's actually not that dinky, but...
It's not that dinky.
The Kia? The Kia's not that dinky.
Yeah, Magentas? Yeah, it's not like a friggin'
license plate
Nissan Micra.
3. Yeah.
Well, it's going to have to get changed soon, isn't it? The license plate?
Yeah, the license plate's going to have to get changed. So, yeah, so we had a trailer in the back, so that kind of killed gas consumption. So I was filling it up to full, like, all the time from almost nothing.
Wow.
Not almost nothing. I shouldn't say that because I planned my jumps accordingly. I was very careful about how often I refilled it. So I got to see places like Wawa, Ontario, and Mattawa, Ontario.
Yeah, all along Highway 1, right?
Not really, actually.
Not Highway... What?
A lot of Highway 17.
Oh, okay. Is that quicker? I guess it must be quicker.
Yeah.
I think Highway 1 dips down to Toronto, doesn't it?
Yeah, because that's exactly right. Because we went from Sault Ste. Marie to Montreal, so we kind of skipped over the bigger ones. We went through Ottawa there and everything. So
yeah, I'll tell you what, man, that sounds about right. I did the opposite drive.
Yeah,
a number of years ago.
Yeah, it was good. I'm glad that we did it in 5 days. We got in late on Canada Day, and it was good. It was something I'll never do again, I hope.
Well, you never know.
It's definitely not the best thing. But actually, you know what? We were just talking about books there a little bit. And I was just kind of wondering, what's the last books you guys have read? Most recent ones. If it's something embarrassing, you can tell us the one before that.
No, I'm reading 2 right now.
I get into that habit too.
So one is, they're not. I mean, the one I'm reading isn't really a book. It is in book format, but it's not a fiction book. It's just called Letters of a Stoic by Seneca. So it's a bunch of communications that the Stoicism and Stoic philosopher Seneca sent to people back in the day.
Yeah,
and
so
there's
Seneca was the
fascinating quotes in there and things like that.
Yeah, that was the first game maker of the Hunger Games that we saw, the 74th Hunger Games, Seneca.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
There was a character named Seneca in the Hunger
Oh, okay.
Games.
Well, this was
Tying
a person.
it in.
This is a real person.
How is that? Is it boring? Is it interesting?
No, it's interesting. I mean, some of the things are boring or a little like Stoicism's an interesting philosophy, but it's right. One that's kind of very attainable, I guess, in a way, or like even though it's written long ago, it's very accessible. That's what I'm looking for. So. Just the way it's written and everything like that, you wouldn't know it was written so long ago. I'm sure that has to do with some of the translating, but even still, so it's a fascinating thing.
Nice. What's the other one?
The other one is called The Object is the Way, which is an ebook I'm reading right now, kind of about a Marcus Aurelius philosophy of dealing with adversity.
Oh.
In a way, so I'm not much for. I don't read a lot of fiction books.
Yeah, I can't remember the last novel I've read. Actually,
so I don't read a lot of fiction. It's
to my great embarrassment.
Biographies or like science books or things like that, which I don't even read as much as I should. I own more than I've read. I guarantee you that much.
Yeah, the other books that I've read are not representative of the fictional intake I am, because I read biography. I'm just like you guys in that way.
Do you count listening to audiobooks? Do you count that as reading a book? I guess
I do, because I might as well have read it.
Yeah, you can't count that.
No, well, it's like
count it.
No, when you got a bedtime story read to you, you know, like I'm gonna have to go to the research source for this one, but there's one about cars. It was like tow trucks, and these tow trucks kept getting stuck. Do you guys remember that one?
Yeah, because Mom emailed us about us a couple years ago.
And it's like, oh yeah. Not a couple years. It was like a couple months ago. The truck on a truck on a truck. It was like the inception of trucks. I don't know, but I remember it being like fuel pump.
How many trucks can a tow truck tow?
How many trucks can a tow truck tow? So we had that read to us a lot of times. And
right.
I count that as reading it.
You count someone reading a book to you as a book you've read.
Yes, that's what the audiobook is. I'm defending Matthew's point.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why you would be against it, but
you haven't. Well, it's just the wrong verb. You haven't read the book.
I've experienced the book in its entirety. That's that's what people mean when they say they've read something too.
That's a quote from Happy Endings. She says, "I read it in a book I heard."
See, you can hear a book. You can smell a sound. You can do all sorts of things. I just looked this book up on Amazon.com.
You should check out Amazon.ca. It actually ships to Canada.
I'm not going to get it. I'm going to.
Pardon me.
Well, they have 6 new copies of it from $81.22. But just seeing the cover brings back a wave of nostalgia.
Oh, sorry, you're looking at the tow truck one.
Yeah. Which book do you think I was looking at?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's
you can buy what did you think I was doing? I have no idea.
You can buy it on Amazon.
I thought you were just looking at a book, because we were talking about books, and I didn't know you went back to being specific. So, what's a book you're reading or have read recently?
Right. Well, I will say the book I'm currently reading, I'm making my way through. I'm kind of making my way through a couple right now. I'm still making my way through Joe Campbell, Hero with 1,000 Faces.
Dude.
That's difficult.
It was taking a while, though.
Have you finished it?
No, I haven't. I haven't read it personally, but I was at your place like literally 1 year ago, and you're still reading it.
Yeah, I've
had it in your possession. So whether or not you're reading it, then I never saw you read it. I've never seen you read anything.
Yeah, I've put it down. I have. I used to read stuff.
You read The Hobbit. You reread The Hobbit. I remember you rereading.
Yeah,
reading The Hobbit.
Yeah, that's right. I am making my way through Joe Campbell. I've put it down temporarily. Right now I'm in the middle of Uta Hagen's Respect for Acting, and I've also just recently finished Stanislavski's An Actor Prepares, whose kind of the last couple paragraphs almost put a tear in my eye, man. It was really beautiful. It was discussing...
Who was on the Mark Maron podcast? He was talking about Stanislavski.
Oh, he's a big deal in the
I think it was Glenn Howerton from...
Always Sunny Philadelphia.
From Always Sunny. Him and Charlie Day were huge theater geeks back in the day, and they kind of wanted to be serious actors, which is kind of funny to think of now. But
they're
he
capable
was in a very
of it.
serious Pacific Rim, though.
Well, but Charlie was a comedic character.
Yeah.
He was a very Charlie Day character, and one of my favorite parts of that whole movie. But I can see how they would have wanted to be serious. I mean, there's not a lot of difference between comedy and drama is basically timing. In drama, you think about what you're going to say next, and you say it. In comedy, you just say it without thinking it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah, that's why you're so funny.
Say things without thinking them.
Yeah, that's why you're a hilarious guy.
Causes no trouble.
Earlier. Let's finish this thought, because Matt, I don't think you said what book you're reading currently.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm reading. This is also an ebook. I have a couple on the go, but this is the only real one I'm committed to. Just make sure I have this right. I'm opening my ebook reader right now to make sure I have it. The Poisoner's Handbook by Deborah Blum.
Wow, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was essentially I was looking for books that were similar to Devil in the White City by Eric Larson, a book that I finally been able to remember on the first
Sixth or seventh time you've mentioned that book this podcast.
Only I've actually been able to get it right. So I was looking for a similar book, and so she just goes through essentially the history of poisoning in New York City over starting in the early 1910s. It goes further than that, but it's interesting. It's heavy on science, and I'm science isn't something that is really easy for me to get into and read, but it's a very interesting book.
So it's not like The Fault in Our Stars. It's actually about poisoners poisoning people.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's nonfiction. Yeah, it's set in the Jazz Age of New York, as they say.
I'm trying to think the last fiction book I bought. City of Thieves, maybe, which is even still half nonfiction, so I'm not even sure. That's written by one of the guys who wrote Game of Thrones, and it's written as kind of a fiction book, but it's his actual grandfather telling him about living in Russia during one of the wars and how he came to the U.S. and things like that.
How's that? That sounds really interesting.
So, it is interesting. I mean, I'm sort of... E-readers are the devil to me, because I'm reading it and then I see another book and I'm like, I'll just click that one, read that for a bit. Then you're reading 3 books at once and you can't keep up. So
there was a point where I had I think I literally had 11 books on the go.
Yeah,
and I made a list on my phone and I said, okay, I'm going to knock these down, and I just finished.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I'm horrible at keeping up with things, the Kardashians and books and other things like that, or staying on.
They're hard to keep up with.
Staying on topic. It's like Netflix. Netflix has given me ADD. Definitely, I'll flip through that thing for hours and not find anything to watch, or start watching something. And it's horrible.
The other night,
the interface on that, I can't believe they've never improved it. The interface on Netflix is horrific.
It's the worst.
It's the worst interface ever.
You go through one thing, and then you're like, no, not that specific movie.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for, man.
I mean, it is, you pay some money for it.
I actually had to change my Netflix. Did I tell this story?
I don't think so.
I had to change my Netflix password because I went on it one day, and all my recently viewed movies were every gay and lesbian movie possible on that. So then and even still, I wish you could reset your account or something, because now my suggestions are always you watched Love Under the Stars with 2 men together. Watch these ones, and you're like, I don't want to do that though.
Oh, it's
that wasn't me. So I never found out. For a while, there have been weird movies on my Netflix account, but I have a couple of people use my passwords. My old roommate and my girlfriend's parents. And neither one of those have
they
watched.
Just could be really into gay and lesbian cinema.
So, I don't know.
Not saying anything wrong with that.
It's messed up.
Yeah. Well,
that is funny.
So going back, sorry, what were you going to say?
Right.
Back to what? Before the gay and lesbian.
Well, going back to what I said earlier, which was I say things without thinking. I had to kind of pay the consequences for that yesterday. I had this competition with a friend on who could eat, whether or not I could eat 10 sandwiches before he drank 10 Guinness tall boys.
Oh.
Okay.
So, and the point to prove
this is why you need a camera, by the way.
Was
like
his
a film
point
camera.
was that Guinness isn't a heavy beer?
No,
Which I agree with. It's not really a heavy beer. Like a double IPA, that's a heavy beer, or like a wheat beer is a heavy beer. But Guinness isn't. It's actually pretty light. It's dark colored.
I don't find Hef very heavy, but that's just me.
I don't know. That's my opinion, and his was the same. So somehow it came to pass, and we may have consumed alcohol leading up to this, but it came to pass that I would try and eat 10 sandwiches before he finished 10 Guinness tall boys.
So what counted as a sandwich?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so we had rules for the sandwiches. Two pieces of Ben's bread.
Ben's, yeah.
Like not Bellagio, I didn't want any multigrain or anything like that.
Yeah.
3 slices of meat.
3.
Yeah.
What meats? Would it have to be different meat or the same meat?
I chose different meats. I had turkey, I had roast beef, I had ham.
So it was like a club sandwich.
Yeah, the problem was though, I went cheese slices, regular cheese rather than processed cheese slices.
Yeah, that's thick, brother.
That'll do it.
That's a thick
It was
one,
so
man.
thick on some of them. Like some of them I made were turkey with guacamole and mozzarella, which are really good.
That's a
but
good
when you're trying to
combo.
eat 10 of them,
Yeah.
it was
Nice.
rough.
So
and the
how
roast
did
beef I
it
got
go?
was really thick. When I put 3 slices on it, I had to fold it over, and then the cross section there was about 5 layers of meat on everything.
It's like one of Dad's sandwiches when he put like 87 slices
Exactly.
of salami.
Exactly. And then I put lettuce or like spicy mayo and stuff on it to kind of make it go. So here's how it went down: is we met up. He brought his 10 Guinness, and I brought my huge tray of sandwiches.
Wait, where do you get a 10-pack
of sandwiches?
of Guinness?
Oh well, he bought 3 4-packs.
So it's
So we
12.
just had 2 extra.
Oh, just in case you wanted some for
buy
dessert.
You can't buy singles here for whatever reason, and I've never seen them for sale.
Not in most places.
No. And so I was like, my plan was always to get out ahead. So kind of eat as many sandwiches. You know how you can eat a lot before your body really realizes you're full?
Okay.
Like you guys have that? I have that. Like once I hit a wall, I hit a wall. So I was like, I'm just going to start eating these sandwiches until I can't eat them anymore. So that was my goal, was to get out ahead, and then he would have to catch up. His goal was to keep pace, and then he knew if I was on my 10th sandwich, well, he could chug Guinness
his last beer
faster than that. So he thought when we first made this bet, he's like, "Well, I have 4 or 5 hours," and I was like, "You have maybe an hour and a half." Like, I can eat them as quick as possible, or you're screwed. So
Could you use the bathroom?
So what?
Could you use the bathroom?
You could which was in the end it was dumb of me because the liquid's going to go through you way faster than sandwich with meats and cheeses.
Then Ben's bread, yeah.
And Ben's bread. Well, that's the thinnest bread I could think of.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
And so it came to pass that I put down like 1 sandwich, and he put down a beer as quickly. And I finished my 2nd sandwich, and he finished his just as quickly. And then my 3rd, I started to get a bit of a lead into my 4th and 5th. And I had eaten 5 sandwiches, and he had drank almost 5 beers. And they're Guinness tall boys, so they're 440 mils in about 15 minutes.
Okay, so folks, let's put this in perspective. So the human liver can handle 1 drink of alcohol, which is 1 ounce of hard liquor, or maybe 20 ounces of beer or something like that. 1 every hour, and he had 5 in 15 minutes.
Smokes.
Yeah.
So that's 1 beer every 3 minutes. That's what, 20 beers an hour?
That's pace for that.
That's 20 times the limit a human liver can process.
Yeah.
20 times. Okay, 15 minutes. I don't know, you guys.
15 minutes
I thought you guys
in.
were just gonna hang out and eat a sandwich, have a Guinness, have a chat, and then toward the home stretch, maybe you got interesting. But you guys were going for the land speed record.
This was all my fault because I pushed him, and I thought then I could just coast, and he was like, I have to keep pace. So the question was not who could do it; it was who could do it faster. So I just thought, I'm just sprinting for it. I'm just sprinting, and then 5 into 6, like that 6 sandwich, I really hit a wall there. And then I got to 7, and he just kept going, relentless. I think by the end of it, he got a chance to slow down because once I hit 7, I was basically tapped out. I actually tried to concede and he wouldn't let me. He's like, no. I was like, okay, fine. So he probably finished the 10 in about 90 minutes.
Wow.
An hour and a half.
10 tall Guinness.
So then we calculated, we said, okay, well, what's 440 mils into actual, it's 13 beers.
Oh, 13. Okay.
13. So it's 10 tall boys. So if you calculate that into bottles, then it's 13.
So is his funeral this week?
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be for a bit because he was hurting for a while, and then he kind of boot and rallied, and then he didn't throw up, but he then
Unbelievable.
That is a remarkable drinking.
Yeah, and then then we kind of switched spots. I started drinking and he started eating, and then so that we finished about 1:30, and he kept it. He stayed awake for another 12 hours or something. We left at around 2 or 2 in the morning, and he was fine.
Wow.
So it came to pass that he won, and that's a stupid thing to ever try. I'm not going to try it again. But what happened was later that night, he was talking about the gentleman who owns the Sam Adams Brewery. His name's like Jim Koch or something like that, I think his name is. That's what he said.
We had the same idea.
And so he was like talking about how this guy's always at tastings and drinking 13 beers but not feeling any ill effects or anything like that. And one guy finally asked him, he's like, well, how do you do it? And he's like, I take as many teaspoons or as many beers as I'm going to have, I take that many teaspoons of yeast. And the yeast counters like the metabolic effect of alcohol or the metabolizing of alcohol. It kind of nullifies that. So you don't feel the effects of it.
So he just...
Or so he said. I don't know if there's any science behind it. And then he reveals that he himself had about 5 teaspoons of yeast before our competition.
Oh.
So we're like, dude, you were juicing.
That is
that whole
juicing.
time.
Absolutely.
So,
He was still taking
as much as I
performances.
don't want to do it again, there is an official appeal into the league,
Okay,
so we'll see
good.
how that ends up.
Good.
The Guinness Sandwich League, of course.
Guinness Sandwich League.
Yes.
He took performance-enhancing yeast. I can't believe that.
He juiced. He was juicing. PEDs.
He ruined-
He's like, well, I just owned up to it. We're like, yeah, but you didn't before the contest. I didn't swallow a tapeworm.
He just destroyed
That
the
would have helped
integrity.
me out a lot if I swallowed a tapeworm.
Can you imagine Lance Armstrong just says, by the way, I've been using performance-enhancing drugs. Okay, as long as you let us know. Keep the jackets.
What's like Floyd Landis? Floyd Landis really, technically, so he says, in Bigger, Stronger, Faster, that he never took performance-enhancing drugs, but he had a chamber. It was like an elevation chamber, so if he slept in it, it would increase his red blood cell count like by a whole buttload. And a buttload is is a little bit less than a crap ton.
I see.
So,
Makes sense, literally.
You know, I got a problem with like football players. You know, if they make like a big return off a kickoff and they sit in the sidelines and take the oxygen tank, I got a problem with that.
It's PED.
It's a performance enhancing air.
The D's.
Well, there's
E
the
and
difference
T.
right there. Yeah, the D's key.
Well,
Anyway, so
Apparently.
10 sandwiches is a lot to eat. Is the bottom line there?
Oh, can we start a performance-enhancing drug podcast and call it the PED cast?
Yeah, I mean we could.
I
don't really
guess,
have
but
much
that
to
could
say on
really
it.
get misread, and we kind of don't want to be involved.
Isn't
in
that
it.
odd, Matt, that you found
no.
our
Oh, no.
fitness thing so boring, but you want to talk about PEDs for an hour?
Just the name. Just the name.
name.
So well.
So we'll just release an episode a week, and it's just you saying the name of the podcast, and that's over.
Welcome to the Pedcast.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, see, now I say it, and it
yeah.
sounds just very wrong.
So let's derail that and make it the Petcast and talk about our cat Truff.
There we go.
Is Truff there currently, Matthew? Matthew, you're not. Are you broadcasting from home? By the way,
I am broadcasting from our childhood home.
from our childhood home where we were children.
also.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where are you in here? Wait a second. I did not know that.
Upstairs.
That's okay.
Are you guys in 2 freaking rooms?
Yeah.
It wouldn't work if we were in the
Wouldn't
same
work
room.
in one room.
There,
Yeah,
hi,
it would.
Alex.
Oh,
Hello.
I was hoping you guys.
I'm gonna hit the wall here. Hold on.
I can hear you, but you're
just like
below
Alex
me.
did with this-
Hit the ceiling.
Just like Alex did with the
Hit the
sandwiches.
And then I came home. We didn't end up getting any late night snacks, and I had one sandwich left, so I ate it.
It's because listen, I
That's-
know it's messed up, but you eat all that food and your stomach expands so much that by the
Yeah.
time it gets digested, you're hungry again.
Yeah. Well, I was feeling really confident that morning because this was when we did this was July 5th, and I'm watching Sports Center and they're showing the Nathan's hot dog contest, And so Joey Chestnut's putting down like 61 of them, and it's 24,000 calories. I was like, well, my sandwiches are only like 300 to 350 calories, so 10 of them's like 3,500. If he can eat 24,000 calories in 20 minutes, certainly I can eat 3,500
He's
in
a professional,
an hour and a
Alex.
half.
He's a professional.
Does he do the water
I
thing?
had cockiness on my side and
Well, yeah.
foolishness.
Cursed by your own hubris.
Yes.
Yeah, being
Story of
foolhardy
my
doesn't
life.
help.
Anyway, so that's the story of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sorry. That's the story of how I failed to eat 10 sandwiches.
And then she died.
Wow,
Matt,
spoiler alert.
who was on the waterfront?
What?
You're saying on the waterfront?
Oh no! Well, I was asking if the guy who won the hot dog contest, if he I know some people their method is they
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut. I know some of them because you have to eat the hot dog itself and the bun. I know some take the hot dog out of the bun, break the bun in half, dip in water, and shove it in to kind of get a little bit of hydration, and they just put the hot dog in. Is that his method?
I think so. Okay, I can't remember now. It basically has to be for everyone to get it down that quickly. It's not about enjoyment.
It's almost about pre-digesting it.
Who's the Japanese guy?
Matt's.
Okay, are you just making that up, Will? Let's be honest.
No. It is
okay.
It is Matt's is something. I know the Sonya Tom, the Black Widow. She's a big hit. It's like.
We figured they just have to stretch their stomach and then purge. Like, there's no other way to do it.
Matsuhari Morimoto, but Matsuhari Morimoto is a...
They had that Joey Chestnut on what was it? Oh, Man vs. Food. So there's this huge burrito challenge. Like, if you can finish this burrito in under half an hour, it's like a 3-pound burrito. It's like you get a T-shirt or something. Oh. And they had Joey Chestnut come in and do it. And it took him like 8 minutes. They were all just like, "Oh my god!" Like it wasn't even.
Smokes.
It might actually. I think I take that back. It was 3 minutes.
Oh,
like it was something ridiculous. Because that's his thing. It's just eat it as fast as possible.
He's got one speed, baby. Go, go, go. That'd be 3 speeds, I guess. It's Masaharu Morimoto, by the way. Is not the competitive eater. He's a Iron Chef. Oh, who's the competitive eater Japanese? Oh. I'm not going to say what I'm going to search. Okay.
What are you searching?
Oh, where was it? Kobayashi.
Yeah. Kobayashi. That's it. It's Kobe plus Yashi. It's
Takeru Kobayashi. Yeah.
Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So, according to Wikipedia, it was the Burritozilla. It was 5 pounds. A 5-pound burrito.
Is it anything to do with Japanese food? It's like a Mexican Godzilla then, Burrito Godzilla.
Yeah. So on Man vs. Food, San Jose Chestnut ate Iguana's Burritozilla, a 5-pound, 17-inch burrito in 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
So what does this burrito subsist of?
I don't know. Like it's basically your typical like Chipotle, but like way bigger.
And probably not. Well, maybe no. I would say not as.
Here, I can look it up right now. Good. You talk amongst yourselves.
If you wanted to get 5 pounds of burrito at Chipotle, how much money would you have to spend? Burrito there is not even a pound, I think. It's like half a pound or something.
I don't know. And it's like
$12.
There's a lot of calories in Chipotle. Because
but
it's not even like the calories, it's just like you're eating a lot of food.
Yeah, it's so
darn good though.
Yeah.
Is there a Chipotle in Vancouver?
Oh yeah. It's the first place we went when Alex visited last year.
I actually introduced Will to it.
Oh.
I was like, Chipotle. He's like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, you know what that is?
Well, I know what it is. I just haven't been there. I noticed the establishment opened up. He also introduced me to Five Guys Burgers and Fries. My goodness. Oh, my damn. They're going ham.
So, according to this website, the Burritozilla, here's what's in it, according to the menu. Burritozilla, 5-pound, 18-inch monster super burrito.
18 inches. They added an extra inch. Super burrito.
So, it looks like it's like meat, beans, rice, salsa, guac, sour cream, cheese, and then just way more of that. Basically, just a humongous. There's nothing ridiculous in it.
You have the You have the. Hydration's not the right word. Lubrication. There we go. You have the lubrication right there.
That was another thing we had talking about the thing because for sandwiches I had a sweet spicy mustard and a mayo and spicy mayo. And we were discussing what the best condiment was. I didn't care. I just needed something. Like I thought mustard would be a little too dry almost, even though it's a condiment. And my buddy was just like, "Oh, well, clearly relish is the best for a sandwich condiment." And we're just like, "What are you talking about?" First of all, it tastes
people do
horrible.
What are you doing eating
And
a
then
sandwich
we're like,
with relish
"Okay, well,
on it?
someday you eat a sandwich with relish on it. Tell us what it is." And he's like, "Oh no, I don't like relish." We're like, "Then why? Why would you do that?" Like,
I mean, yeah, a
anchovies
sandwich
would be
with
the
water on
best,
it would be
but
great,
of course,
too.
I hate anchovies. So
You ever had an anchovy? I've never had one.
no, but when I used to work at a pizza place that will remain nameless, Little Caesars, Cole Harbor, there was one guy who would order once a week anchovy one, and you'd have to like open the small container of anchovies and like hold your breath and put one on each slice and bake it, and it was just ugh. They're like hairy and ugh.
They're hairy. They're fish. They can't be hairy.
Well, there's something on. They're like
Spiny.
There's something on it. Spiny.
Next time, have a contest between I don't know, anchovy and what's a shot you guys don't like taking? Tequila, something like that. Who can eat 10 anchovies or 10 tequila shots?
Dude, I have drank a whole mug
faster.
of tequila, so it's
And how much time?
Got nothing on me.
Yeah. The old mug of tequila challenge.
The old mug of tequila challenge.
Thank you, Men with Brooms.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the TV show Men with Brooms, they're all in which Will Vaughn, my brother and fellow podcaster, was a part of. They had this episode where the main characters were trying to avoid drinking pop. And the main character, whose name eludes me.
Gary.
What's his name in the show?
Gary, Brendan Gall, currently found on Remedy, also starring
yes.
Sarah Canning, friend of the show.
Yes. Yep. So what happened is the gentleman's at a bar and he's like, "Yeah, can you give me a mug of cola, like cola in a mug?" And you're like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, cola in a mug." And was it your character, Will, that came up?
Well, for some reason, the bartender named Tanis, played by Leo O'Brien, friend of the show,
right? Soon to be in If I Stay.
Currently involved in If I Stay and Rookie Blue, a number of.
She was in Motive as well, was she not?
She was
like
also
some sort of legal person in the finale.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
sorry, legal. No, don't worry.
I digress as always.
No, she's doing great. It's a great kid, friend of the show. I can't remember the situation, but like he asked for like a mug of something, and she makes him a mug of tequila, and then I walk up to him and be like, "Hey, is that a mug of tequila?" Or somebody walks up.
I think he wanted a mug of cola, but then by the time she was like, "Here's your mug of cola," and you're like, "Whoa, a mug of cola," and he's like, "I didn't order a mug of cola. I said mug of tequila." And she's like, "What?" He's like, No, mug of tequila," and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Okay,
I think that's kind of how it happened. He had to cover his tracks, and so then she put a mug of tequila in front of him, and he started drinking it.
And a brilliant stroke of acting makes it as funny as possible. He was great.
Yes. And then my friend and I, who is the same friend actually that I had the Guinness challenge with.
Now I don't find that hard to believe in the least.
Decided to do a mug of tequila challenge, which was fun.
So what's another good? Well, who won that one?
That was more who can do it. It's just we both did it. It was the tequila was actually good. It's called El Jimador.
Yeah,
and what you're looking for is tequila that's 100% agave. So like Cuervo or anything like that would have been horrific. But it wasn't so bad actually.
Yeah, Cuervo or like Sauza is a little tough.
Horrible. Yeah, I don't even really like the 1800 stuff. Like you should look for something that's 100% agave, and 1800 is. But the El Jimador is probably the best tequila I've had.
El Jimador is the official tequila of the Vancouver Whitecaps FC.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, friends of the show. There you go. Can you? I can't think of anything right now, but can you think of another like between dudes contest where it's like, I bet you can do this before I do this, or something like that? Alex, any other ones? You seem to be heavily involved in these.
That I've had? No, I've seen friends do like a pogo challenge. Who can eat the most pogos?
What was the final score?
I think it was 8-8. They both kind of truced their way out of that one.
I would have thought you could do more than that, but...
I don't know,
you'd be Matt, throw the gauntlet down.
There you go. See, that's how these contests start. A little something like that, and it's like, yeah, you want to bet, you jerk? And then
Alex,
that's how it goes. So
I'm willing to do the pogo challenge with you.
Well, what's the contest weekend? Well, you guys got to do the pogo challenge,
and then we got to do a 3-way one at Christmas time if you're coming. Well,
Well, I'd very much like to. Or if we can find out when we can do long distance. It's a little difficult, though.
That'd be funny. But no, that is something. It's fun. It makes for a good day, especially yesterday or Saturday, sorry, when it was storming out and there's some World Cup games on. It was just a good way to spend indoors. You kind of batten down the hatches, which was a bit unnecessary, but it was good. And I don't think it'll be the last one. I'll keep you guys posted on the different contests that come up.
Yeah.
We were going to do the Flip Burger Challenge, which my friend and I were going to do before his daughter's born, so we'll see if that happens or not.
Is it like a 1 pound burger challenge kind
of
thing?
No, it used to be like kind of small, now it's ridiculous. It's like 3 pounds maybe, it's like $20.
Yeah, there's a restaurant around here called Two Parrots that does a 2 pound burger challenge, and if you can eat that with like in a half hour, you don't.
But the problem with this one is it's not even a burger. What it ends up being is like a plate. Like they put it together as a burger, but it doesn't really make any sense.
No, it's a platter.
Yeah, basically a platter. I can read it out to you right now if you like. So it's $21 for the combo, which includes large fry and fountain drink.
Oh, a fountain drink. Good.
So it's 4 6-ounce patties. So that's
24 ounces.
24 ounces. That's 1.5 pounds right there of meat. Double smoked bacon, pulled pork, Monterey Jack, shredded lettuce, tomatoes, sauteed onions, mushrooms, jalapeno peppers, haystack onions, fresh hand-cut fries on the burger, egg, barbecue sauce, and hot sauce.
This made me really hungry, actually.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
I don't think it's supposed to, but it's making me really hungry.
That's good. Anyway. So that we kept on saying we do that. It's kind of right by his place, but we haven't done it yet. Flip Burger is good, though. Good spot. A lot of burger places in Halifax area now.
I was just at Ace Burger today for the first time.
Yeah, I had the bison burger at Ace Burger on Friday, and that was the first time I had been there.
Oh,
good spot? How is it?
It is good. It's just kind of... They're in 2 spots. They're in Gus's Pub and Barely's in Halifax. Right? And what they've done is the places still operate as such, and they just have taken over the kitchen. So they have about, I don't know, 6 or 7 burgers?
Yeah.
Maybe? Like a veggie,
simple.
a chicken, and then the rest are kind of,
just
burgers.
Beef with various things on top or on bottom.
So what'd you have, Matt?
I just had the original, and then I got fries and the Pop Shop Cola.
Fries there are really good.
Pop Shop Cola. What's the Pop Shop Cola, Matt?
Pop Shop. It's like a little. It's in like a little beer bottle-esque thing. It looks like you could probably buy it at
super sugary.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the gourmet stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's
good,
really sugary.
Yeah, no kidding.
She told me that before.
But there's it started off as one burger place, which was cheese curds, and then another one opened up, Flip Burger. And then Relish opened up, and then Ace Burger opened up, and now Crave is opening up, and there's another place called Boom Burger, and then Works opened up for a bit but closed, and then there was another burger place called Crispy Christie, and that closed. So
Halifax is a great market for burgers.
They really get in. Like they started with one, which was Cheese Curds, the originator in Dartmouth Woodside, and then just took off. So
man, but some of these burger places they don't last, do they?
No.
Oh man, they're dropping like fries.
I knew something.
Thank you.
Happening.
You could tell
Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
Should we end on that note or what?
I guess we have to.
Folks, you can find me
We're not
going to
top that.
At William C. Vaughn if you want more hilarious jokes like that, only in reading
They are just
form.
like that. They're just like that, too.
By the way, Twitter counts as a novel. Matt,
yeah, by the way, you can't say you read that tweet that Will just said, because that makes no sense. Kind of like your book, Hypothesis.
My hypothesis is too good to resist, baby. That's right, the American dream. That's the road.
Wednesday bloody. Wednesday bloody.
Wednesday bloody. Matt already dropped your handle at MP Vaughn on Twitter.
That's right.
Yes, Alex at
Evaunics. EVAUGHANICS.
On Twitter.
On the Twitter machine.
So there you go. From coast to coast, Black gets the incredible. The rhyme animal, the uncannibal D. All right. As Alex continues to fart, I will...
I was trying to hold up for the whole time, and then you stopped, so I had to give up because my breath was leaving my body quicker than I would have liked it to.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Let's do the hold your breath challenge, guys. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, how long was that? 5 minutes?
That was at least 4.
Okay, well, we'll come up with something better.
Okay, there we go.
Challenge next time. We should do
Matt
podcast while we challenge, but we'll figure that out off air.
Yep. Here's the sandwich challenge, folks. I'm not doing so hot right now.
That was the problem with that challenge. I said, well, even if you lose, you're drunk at the end of it. But if I win, I generally hate myself.
Which is a very Winston Churchill thing to say.
Yeah.
Folks, thanks for listening, and we'll try to do better next time.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Bye, babe.
Hey.
Bye.